Hi, YouTube family. This is Andrell. Um, Welcome to my page. Today's my first day vlogging, so I'm kind of excited. Um, I decided 2011 was going to be something new, and that I would try a series of different things, trying to do things different. And I definitely want to document my journey, and I would love to have you around to participate in the journey. Um, so, it's interesting how I could normally run out of the home and not think of putting on earrings or just fixing things up. It's amazing what having an image of yourself will do in terms of remembering certain things that need to happen. But anyhow, that's also part of the journey, and I'm quite excited about that too. So today, Sunday, February 13th, has been an easy, relaxed day. Nothing huge in terms of activities and, running around, but something huge in terms of an awesome word I heard today um, via Bishop T.D. Jakes. I'm so grateful for the World Wide Web that really allows me to be able to, in the comfort of my home, some will call it bedside ministries, but whatever, just really be able to have just an awesome moment and be able to hear such a great word. Bottom line for me, I think today was just reinforcing a message that I'm trying to adjust to, which is simply the idea that I can't meet expectations of everyone in my life, but most important to me, I think, should be to meet the expectations of what God has for me and the purpose He has for my life. Um, Hearing that this morning wasn't something new, it wasn't earth shattering, but it was very relevant, and it really allowed me to be reminded of what it is I need to stay focused on and where I'm headed. It's also confirmed that, there are seasons in my life, and there are seasons where people will come and people will go, and sometimes they won't let you go, but I think sometimes we also have trouble letting them go. And I'd made a couple of decisions already. A couple of people in my life, I love them to death, and they'll probably be around. If they stuck around this long, they'll be around for some time. But I think the kind of relationship and kind of friendship we have is likely to look a bit different. And I remember when I made the decision to kind of change the nature of certain friendships, I felt guilty because I wasn't doing what I normally used to do. But the challenge was what I used to do all of a sudden didn't feel right, was exhausting, was taxing, and just annoying as heck. So hearing Bishop say that there are certain seasons that God gives you grace to be able to endure. In other words, there are certain friendships, certain relationships, certain jobs. I can speak to that right now. Certain jobs that we have that we can do in the season that we are, because God's given us grace, and that's where we're meant to be. But when you're moving on and you're transitioning from one season to the next, all of a sudden that grace just ain't enough. It ain't enough. And I definitely know that in many aspects of my life, if not almost all, I definitely want to say that there's a huge growth spurt going on right now, and I'm just trying to adjust, trying to transition. It's really hard to let go, really hard to feel like I'm not, I'm disappointing, or disappointing others, in terms of what expectations they have for me. But I'm also learning that I can't meet those expectations. Even if I thought I met them, I don't think I would be satisfying them, because everybody's expectations is really, I want to say, is really truly just connected to that one person, because the way they think, the views, their visions, their belief systems is really closely connected to where they're coming from, what they've experienced and what they've lived. I haven't walked in their shoes in that, in that sense, to be able to say I know exactly what it is they're looking for, and therefore would be able to deliver exactly what they're looking for. I'm realizing I can't even do that for my parents. I love them. I love them so much, but I'm realizing that I can't even do that for my parents who raised me. So let alone people, friends, and acquaintances and whatnot. How am I really gonna meet their expectations? So I'm gonna run around day in and day out, try to please all these different bodies without really tending to myself and caring for myself. That's cool. I'm good. I'm good. So yeah, the new expectation for me is just the expectation of growing into myself and the expectation of pleasing and honoring my God. Simple as that. Others may not be happy about it, but at the end of the day, he's the person I'm going to have to kind of address. So how about I just stay focused on that piece? And you know what? The positive thing also I have to say is that with God, at least there's mercy and there's grace if we don't meet the expectations. We're a bit hard on ourselves and we're hard on one another. So I'd much rather have God's mercy and grace over anybody else's. It's a bit easier to kind of not feel like a complete failure when you're dealing with God. So yeah. And the other thing that Bishop spoke about was the idea of quit trying to be like someone else. We always say it. We always preach it. It's in the commercials and everything. However, we have all these kind of subtle marketing schemes that are like Mike. Can't think of any others, but pretty much all of it is kind of geared to getting you to look like somebody else. You know what? I don't even know what I look like. I don't know what. I know what I look like. I don't know who I fully am yet, let alone to say I want to look like somebody else. So I really appreciated when he said that in terms of, getting us to quit looking at others and trying to look like them and become them as opposed to becoming ourselves, because there's only one you, there's only one purpose that you can fulfill. So why am I going to try to fulfill somebody else's purpose that's already in the process of fulfilling it? Yeah, that was huge. It was huge. So as you can imagine, I'm sitting there and, I started bawling. It was a, very distinguished bawling. I wasn't, a hot mess. But there was some snotting involved. And, it just kind of really, it was well needed at the right time, and just really continues to reinforce where I'm trying to go. So today, I figure I was just going to share a bit. Still trying to figure out the lighting piece, so forgive what you're seeing. I don't know completely what you're seeing, but I'm trying to figure out the lighting, so bear with me. Walk with me. Feel free to share. Feel free to share. So hope to see you guys again. So many videos that I love to watch, and I'm growing still in the YouTube world, and looking forward to become a part of it. So welcome aboard, and feel free to share. Have a good one, guys. See you soon.